What's going on, everybody out there? This video is me answering questions from Twitter, from my Twitter followers. So this video is Ask TNAWWEguy, TNAWWEguy Part 2, or number 2, whatever you want to call it. First Twitter question I will answer is from great follower. Follow her at PlumLucky21. That's at PLUMLUCKY21. Follow her. She's a great follower, great wrestling fan. Her questions, she gave me 3 questions that I have. The first one is, what is my favorite movie of all time? Now, there are 2 that I have in mind that are almost tied as my favorite movies, but I will say this one is definitely my favorite. This is a very easy answer. My favorite movie of all time, without a doubt, is Ghostbusters, because I grew up on it. So that's my favorite movie of all time. Now, her other questions from at PlumLucky21. Thank you for sending me questions to answer, or else I could not do this video. Her other questions were, what are my least favorite TV show and most favorite TV shows? Least favorite TV shows, I never watched them, but when I did see them, I very much disliked them. I was not a fan of them. So these are my least favorite TV shows. First would be, it's an old show from the 90s, Frasier. I hate that show. Never was a fan of it. The second show would be Glee. I was not a fan of that show. And the third least favorite TV show that I could think of that I dislike, least favorite, the third one is 2.5 Men. Not a fan of that show. Now her third question to me was, what are some of my most favorite TV shows? Going back to when I was a young kid in the early 90s, Saved by the Bell. I love that show. If it's still on TV, I will still watch it today if it's still on. But I've seen every single episode many times, over and over and over, so when Saved by the Bell is on, I don't watch it all the time because I've seen every episode so many times. My other favorite shows from basically in the 90s, 90210. Love that show, seen every episode, watched every single season of it. I believe it was on for 10 years. So 90210, awesome show, one of my favorites of all time, along with Saved by the Bell. Now, I guess this show was also on in the 90s, and I was a fan of it. I still am a fan of it. I still watch it, try to watch every new episode of it, because I'm a big fan of comedy. One of my favorite shows is Saturday Night Live. Love that show. Love the cast that is currently on it. They're very funny people, and they're great at their job. So Saturday Night Live, definitely one of my favorite TV shows. Now I'm going to go to late night TV shows, talk shows I'm talking about. Jimmy Kimmel, love his show. Conan O'Brien, love his show. I'm not a fan of Jimmy Fallon. He's okay, but I'm not a fan of his, and I don't watch his show. I watch Jimmy Kimmel and Conan O'Brien when I have time. Another show that's one of my favorites is American Horror Story. The last season was American Horror Story Hotel. I believe it's called Hotel. That's one of my favorite shows, American Horror Story. It's a great show. Probably one of my all-time favorite shows ever would have to be Breaking Bad. Love that show. I mean, the writers on that show are great. The episodes were great. Every single episode was pretty damn good. So Breaking Bad, one of my favorite shows probably of all time. So there are my favorite TV shows. Last one would be, I think it came on in 2007 or 8, Secret Life of the American Teenager. I was a big fan of that show. I watched every episode and I was a fan of it. So my favorite shows: 90210, Saved by the Bell, Saturday Night Live. I left one out, Sopranos. Love that show, The Sopranos. American Horror Story, Breaking Bad, Jimmy Kimmel, Conan O'Brien, some of my favorite shows. So they're at PlumLucky21. I answered your questions. I hope you're happy with the answers. And if I do another video and I tell people on Twitter, please send me more questions, I would be happy to answer them in my next video. Now, my other questions from two other Twitter followers of mine. I only got questions from 3 different people, but I wish I could have got more, but I didn't. Next question from a great follower, big wrestling fan, at Jen Russell. That's at capital JEN, capital WRASSLE. Follow her at Jen Russell. She's a great follower. Her questions were, I believe, 2 questions or 3 questions, something like that. The first question was my top 3 favorite WrestleManias of all time. First one would be WrestleMania 3, one of my favorites. Next one would be WrestleMania 24, mostly because Ric Flair retired on it, and I cried. After he retired, I broke down and cried. Last one would be WrestleMania 31. It was one of my favorites, mostly because Seth Rollins cashed in, won the title, and Sting debuted and made his WrestleMania debut. And the other matches were very, very good at WrestleMania 31. Basically, the entire show was very good. It was much better, in my opinion, than 32 was. So my favorite WrestleManias are 3, 24, and 31. And her next question from at Jen Russell was, what other wrestling shows do I watch other than WWE? I'm guessing I watch TNA, or other than, I think she asked other than WWE, ROH, TNA. So I watch, trying to think, I don't watch many other wrestling shows except old wrestling shows from the past on the network. I watch WCW Nitros, ECW TV, and that's about it. And some other old stuff like the NWA on the network. I do not really watch Lucha Underground. I don't have time. I have other things I have to do. And with my free time, I choose to do other things and watch Lucha Underground or try to watch it on the internet. I'm sure their product is good. I just don't have time to watch Lucha Underground, and I really don't care to. Anyways, our next question. So the only other wrestling shows I watch are old. WCW Nitros and ECW and NWA. WCW was NWA in the late 80s. That's what I watch on the network. Her next question was, or am I a fan? I think you asked me 4 questions. This is from at Jen Russell. Am I a fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling? I guess, but I don't really watch it. But what I've seen of it, I did see their big show they had in January where AJ Styles wrestled Nakamura. I saw that match. It was very good. New Japan Pro Wrestling has some great wrestling, but again, I do not watch them. But am I a fan? Sure, I guess. Her next question from @JenWrestle was, what are my favorite WrestleMania entrances of all time? And there's a lot of them. WrestleMania 26, The Undertaker's entrance was great. WrestleMania 26, or 25, HBK's entrance was great. Also, The Undertaker's was very good from WrestleMania 25. Going way back, WrestleMania 7, the Macho Man, I liked his entrance. WrestleMania 9, The Undertaker's, I believe he had a raven or whatever, some big giant bird next to him. I think it was a raven, or maybe it was a falcon, I don't know. But Undertaker's entrance from WrestleMania 9 was also good. Going back, WrestleMania 25, John Cena, I really enjoyed his entrance, where they had all the Cenas. All these guys that are probably indie wrestlers dressed as Cena. That was a cool entrance. WrestleMania 29, The Undertaker's. WrestleMania 22, Triple H's was pretty good. WrestleMania 28, Daniel Bryan's was very good because he came out chanting yes, or came out chanting no, no, or yes, yes, one of those. In the crowd in the front row, they all had these little yes signs. So WrestleMania 28, Daniel Bryan's entrance, where he was with AJ Lee as his girlfriend, that was a great entrance. Now going up to WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels coming out of the, I don't know where he came out of, close to the ceiling, and then he came down to the arena floor. That was great. In WrestleMania WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan's entrance was great. Also, WrestleMania 30, Triple H's entrance was damn good. And WrestleMania 31, Triple H's entrance was very good. It was a Terminator entrance. WrestleMania 31 also, Sting's entrance was very entertaining. And that's about it. That's all I got. I said Daniel Bryan, WrestleMania 30, and Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania 28, Sting for 31, Triple H 31, Triple H WrestleMania 22, John Cena WrestleMania 25, Undertaker WrestleMania 9, Macho Man WrestleMania 7, Triple H WrestleMania 30, HBK and Undertaker for WrestleMania 25, Undertaker for WrestleMania 29, and Undertaker for WrestleMania 26, and Shawn Michaels for WrestleMania 12. There are some of my favorite entrances from WrestleMania. So, thank you for asking me questions again @JenWrestle. Follow her, everybody. Follow her on Twitter @JenWrestle, JenWrassle. Follow her. My last question for this video is from @Ike. I think that's how his name is said. @IkeRoy 82_Roy. That's @IKEROY 82_ROY. So follow him. @IkeRoy 82_Roy. His question was, besides Jay Lethal, what other ROH star would I like to see get a chance in the WWE? And I would have to say the Briscoes I would like to see in the WWE. Michael Elgin, he would be great in NXT or the WWE. Adam Cole and Matt Taven. Those are, and Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong also. I think they should get a chance in the WWE. Again, Briscoes, Michael Elgin, Adam Cole, Matt Taven, and Roderick Strong. And Jay Lethal is, everybody that watches Ring of Honor probably thinks Jay Lethal should go to WWE. So there are all my questions for this video of people asking me questions. This was number 2 of asking me questions. So thank you all for the questions. As I said, everybody that watches this, follow them. They're all great wrestling fans and great people on Twitter to follow. Hope you all enjoyed it. Bye for now, everybody.